You know, guys, that's not my turn. I was just thinking about something. Sorry, this is a terrible angle. Anyway, I just wanted to do this while I was thinking of it. Okay, so you know how I feel like video games started out, I'm using an analogy here. I feel like video games started out as like a nerdy, weird thing to do. But now it's like the cool thing to do. And people who know people who play video games are like, oh, whatever. Some people, you know, kind of make fun, you know, like friends do that to each other. Like, hey, you play video games all the time, or, you know, whatever. But, you know, like with Reborn, it seems like, oh, it's weird right now. But I just thought of something. Like, I have a lot of friends, not a lot, I mean, a lot of people that I've known, not a lot, I guess, maybe like at least 7 people that I know that I've talked to about the Reborns that had no clue, wouldn't ever really want a Reborn, but we're stopping and there's somebody next to me. It always makes me feel awkward. But they would never want a Reborn, but they know me and they know that I'm like a normal person, you know, normal, whatever. And that I'm not like super crazy, like I don't think the dolls are real. I know that they're just a hobby or something fun. I don't need them to live, but they help enrich my life, all that stuff. So, you know, now that they know me, if they ever met somebody else with a Reborn, they would just be like, oh yeah, I had a friend that was into Reborns because, and they'd be like, yeah, she was cool, you know, like that. Like, they wouldn't be like, oh, I knew that girl with a Reborn, she was crazy, you know? So, like, the more of us that, like, have friends and tell our friends that are like semi-supportive. I mean, they don't have to go out and get dolls themselves to be supportive. They just have to like accept it and still be our friend. But, you know, like they don't have to like carry your doll around or even really like your doll, but just the fact that they know that you're normal but that's just a hobby you have. Like, the more people we have that seem normal and collect Reborns and tell more people about it, the more they'll be known for just like a hobby. Like, I can't think of anything else like that used to be weird but now is just a normal hobby. But I feel like that's something that could possibly happen in the future, you know? Like, I mean, there's people that are into so many different things, like dressing up like dolls. Like, I've seen that, videos of that, and I mean, there's just so many different things that people are into, and then people, you know, they're like, okay, whatever, as long as they do that and it doesn't affect other people, we're not going to judge. So I'm really hoping that maybe our community will help this. So when you introduce somebody to a Reborn, don't be like, oh my gosh, yeah, here's my Reborn, look at all the stuff I have for it, and I got a car seat for it, and I take it with me everywhere. Okay, like, because when I told my last counselor, she was a new counselor, and I had her for a little bit because it didn't work out. It wasn't a good fit for me. So, people, really, do you have to have your music on? You're gonna get my video. Okay, well, they're gone. So, like, just, like, ease them into it. Be like, I have this hobby, and, I collect dolls. Like, that's how I started out. I was like, I've always liked dolls. I tell people that. I always like dolls, which is absolutely true. And, I collect dolls, and people are like, oh, okay. Because the way it usually comes up is, like, what do you like doing for fun? And okay, so my video got cut off in the car because I ran out of space. So where I ended up was, okay, so how people usually start to know about me and Reborns is they ask like what I do for fun, and I always end up telling them, oh, I really love YouTube. And so like, oh, what do you do on YouTube? Do you watch funny cat videos or something like that? And I'll be like, yeah, I do that, but I also have my own channel. And they're like, oh, what do you have your own channel of? And I'm like, so what I start out with is I just say, oh, I've always liked dolls. I collect dolls and I show them in videos. And there's lots of people that do that. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And if they ask more, like what kind of dolls or things like that, then sometimes I'll tell them, you know, or sometimes I'll just try to change the subject. But it just depends. I just really think that the more we normalize and just advocate for ourselves that we're not crazy, we might have some issues, but so does everybody else. Everybody deals with them different. I mean, some people go to food, which can be unhealthy, but I mean, like, I don't know. There's just so many things that people do that, like, people just watch so much TV, and we don't judge them for watching too much TV. That's their business. So why should they judge us for having dolls that we like to play with and make videos and talk to our friends about? So I just think we can really change the community, like, just by changing the people around us, because like, say our friends heard of us and they saw us with the dolls. Like, here's an example. Okay, I have a case manager, and she is awesome, and she didn't know anything about the Reborns before, but she's totally supportive. I was astonished. Like, I was so surprised. She was like, okay, yeah, that's fine, I totally understand that. I was like, really? Like, I was really, really surprised. You'll be amazed. Like, some people are really super judgmental, but so you'll be surprised that way, but you'll be surprised at how accepting people can be. And it's not always who you think. It's really weird, but she was like, yeah, she has no problem with it, and during a hard time in her life, she's told me that it might have been something that helped her, so if she had known about it, she did it. So I just feel like the more people that know about us and our dolls, like, say there's a TV special on, and it's about the Reborns, and their friend is like, oh my gosh, did you see that about those weird people with Reborns? And the person could be like, oh, well, you know, I actually have a friend that has them, and she's cool, and she just does it as a hobby. So I think part of the problem is anything that's been in the media about people who collect Reborns has been pretty negative. And that's why I've never done anything. Like, I've been approached a few times for some interviews, but I know about media, and they can make the most positive statement sound negative or crazy, because they can edit stuff and it won't even look like it's edited. So I just don't even take the chance, because I would love to educate people correctly, but I don't want to be misquoted or anything. And like, also in documentaries, they take some like ugly Reborns. Like, why can't they take the ones that look really cute to like really represent the artwork and the hard work that artists put in it and how realistic they look? And I don't know, it seems like they always take the extremes, people that aren't always in balance with things. But I don't know, I just really think that the more we put a positive image and not a crazy image out there, that we can eventually change people's opinions. Like, maybe one day people will know about Reborns, and they'll be like, yeah, that's just another hobby that some people have. Like, I just can't think of what other hobbies would compare with that. Like, that would have used to been weird but have now been normal. I don't know, like doing anything online. Like, having a YouTube even used to be kind of weird, having your own YouTube, and now it's like totally normal and cool, and everybody wishes they had a famous YouTube channel. So I don't know, stuff like that. So I can't remember what else I said in the car, but that seems about it. But I just wanted to be encouraging, because when I was thinking about this, I was like, this is actually really hopeful, because a lot of stuff we see is really negative about our hobby. So I just know I've struggled with a lot of guilt, because people have been like, you should donate this, you shouldn't buy this for yourself, this is weird, blah blah blah, you're crazy, you need psychological help. Oh, I've got so many comments, guys, you have no idea. I mean, most of you probably do, you've got a few of those too. But look at Max. Is that comfortable? So I don't know, just don't want to ramble on and on, but I hope you can get the gist of what I'm saying, and that I think we can make a difference, because I've seen people who have no idea about Reborns be supportive of it, even if they wouldn't go get one themselves. So I think in the future we could become a well-known hobby. We don't have to be super popular or anything, but just that we wouldn't have to. I mean, a lot of people are super comfortable and they don't care what people think, which is awesome. I give props to you, but I have the anxiety, and I don't like people looking at me weird. And yeah, I know I'm on YouTube, so anybody could see me, but it's not people I know or that are really gonna affect me, because somebody behind a computer saying something bad about me doesn't affect me. So, well, I can a little bit, but You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't change my life. As if, like, my best friend was like, you're a total freak, like, you know, but I wouldn't have best friends that would be like that. Anyway, I hope you know what I mean, but I hope this can be encouraging, and I'll see you guys again soon.